So here's the dye that we're going to use. It's the iDye Poly. It is for nylon fabric and synthetic materials. I'm using the color Violet. Yeah, so it says that it'll dye most plastics, acrylics, vinyls, and other synthetic materials, such as 3D printed objects, frisbee discs, wigs, that's what I'm using, buttons, and more, and it can also be used for sublimation transfer techniques. So that's what I'm using. I've got my pot of water heating on the stove. It says to bring it to a boil, and then you put the packet in there and stir it in. And this is my wig. It is a natural Remy wig. It can take, where did I see it? 377 degree heat, up to 377 degrees. I got the lightest blonde that they had, so I am using this wig. Water boils at about 200 degrees, so I should be okay. So now the directions on this. They say to put the packet in the water. Enough water and a big enough pot so that the fabric or wig or whatever you're using can move freely around. Add the packet and bring it to a boil, put the wig in, and then stir it for about a half an hour to an hour. And that's it. So I will show you once it starts boiling and we'll put the wig in. I went and reread the directions, and they say before the water starts to boil to add the color intensifier in and stir it up. So that's what I'm going to do. So it came out clear, but then once it hit the water, it got milky. So I'm just using a fork. You can use whatever, but this is a fork that I don't really use to eat with. I'm sure you could clean it and be fine, but I don't really want to take that risk. So it says to stir the water and make sure that it is stirred all the way through. And it is stirred up pretty well. And I read it wrong again, so it says to add the packet too. So this is the packet of color. You just drop the whole thing in and stir it until it's dispersed. So boop, in it goes. Now let's stir it. Ah, see, there it goes. There it goes. And it's a powder on the inside, so this one you really do gotta make sure you stir up really well. It smells like hair dye. Oh, you would think this was my first time doing this. I've done this like 2 or 3 other times. It always comes out lovely, but I always forget how smelly it is. So, that's the noise that I have the fan on above the stove, so I'm just gonna keep stirring this, and I will come back once we're boiling. Here is the wig. It is all over my arm. Spray paint. Such a mess. I've been working on my Manat cosplay, or Manat, I call her Manat, from Street Fighter, and I finished a bunch of the pieces. I'm wearing her for Animate this weekend, but this is the wig that I got. It's super long. It doesn't need to be that long, but I could not find one that was short, and I couldn't find one that was purple. So I got this long one with the same style bangs that I need, and I'm just gonna cut her, and I got her extra blonde, nice and thick hair too, so that I can dye her. Sorry about my messy counters. So, not boiling yet. Come back. Oh, I failed. So I failed. I had this recording. I thought, like an idiot, that I had this recording. When I put the hair in there. And like an idiot, I did not. So, what I was saying to myself was, you want to stir up the hair, or fabric, or whatever you're using, and you want to make sure that there's room for your fabric to float around in there. You want to stir it so that it's not just sitting in one spot, and then you leave it for a half an hour. I mean, you literally stir it for a half an hour. But look, you can already tell the color. Oh, the color is going to be gorgeous. You just want to stir it so that you make sure you don't get any like spotting, and so that you don't get any bubbles underneath, and that it gets dyed pretty evenly. So again, this is why you need a wig or a synthetic fabric that can handle heat. Because if it can't handle heat, then your synthetic wig will just kind of melt. And it'll, like, the texture will get really funky, and you don't really want that. We spend a lot of money on our wigs for cosplay or for everyday, whatever, you know. But we don't want to ruin them. We don't want to waste our hard-earned money just to melt them. So I'm just gonna let this sit and stir for about a half an hour to an hour, depending on how dark you want your color. And I will see you guys in a minute. Alright, so we've been boiling for about 40 minutes, I want to say. Wig looks really dark, but then when you pull it out, it looks a lot lighter. It's probably going to be about that lighter shade. But because it's been in here for about 40 minutes, it's probably not going to get any lighter, or darker, I should say. So I'm going to take it out and we're going to wash it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to the sink. I'm going to dump it, just dump it down the drain. It's not going to hurt anything. And then what? So you're going to dump it down the drain, and then I'm going to show you how to wash it. You want to wash it really good, because if you don't, it will bleed all over everything. It's just like, you know, like when you dye your hair, I don't know if you know, but when you dye your hair for the first week or so, it just kind of bleeds onto things. Your neck, for instance. I know that it's that way with me, especially with the funky colors, but so you want to make sure that you rinse it out really good. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to dump it out, and I'm going to shampoo and condition it, and then I will show you the wig afterwards. Also, I just wanted to show you guys, this is the pot that I just used. It's totally clean. I always recommend using a pot that is stainless. Don't use something that has like a Teflon coating on it, because it might ruin the Teflon. So I just use a stainless pot, and I cleaned it out right afterwards, and no damage to the pot, no purple, totally safe to use again. Also, damn, it's so dark. So I've got my wig, and I'm just going to run it under some cold water. I'm going to let the excess dye kind of bleed out of it. And then I'm going to use shampoo and conditioner. I'm using Joyco. That's what I have. You don't have to. So I'm just going to rinse the extra dye out of it. I'm going to shampoo it and then condition it twice. So in order to do that, how I was taught to do it from a friend, he actually used to work for Disney doing their wigs. You put your stopper in the sink and you fill up your sink just a little bit with water so that your wig is completely submerged, and then add a couple pumps of shampoo, rinse it out, rinse out the water, and then do the same thing with conditioner twice. And then you can take it and put it on a towel. So I'm going to shampoo and condition it, and then I will show you it once I have it out and on the towel. Alright, so there it is. Shampooed and conditioned. Smells good, but she's real naughty. So I have here my wet brush, and I'm just going to kind of let her on the towel and brush out the ends and slowly move up and brush out all the knots. But there's the color. The color's really pretty. Okay, so I trimmed just a little bit, like really just the ends, and now it's super fluffy, but there are no knots. So now I am going to blow dry and then flat iron on a super low setting. All right, and there she is, all done. I actually still have to style the top here a little bit. She got a little creased, but that'll be easy. I can flat iron that. But she looks super pink over here, but in darker light she's very purple, and I don't know which color is the color that she is. Like, is she pink or is she purple? Pink or purple? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? And let me know what you think of this technique of dyeing wigs.